Hi Karan, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Karan, tell me, do you think this is the biggest challenge of your career so far?
It's definitely a challenge. Directing newcomers is a first for us at Dharma Productions and definitely a first for me. I've only worked with established movie stars in my 15-year career. So I think shouldering the responsibility of 3 budding careers is definitely a fear factor in my head, and B, I think a challenge. So definitely meeting this challenge is what Student of the Year is all about.
But you said when you made My Name is Khan, that's when you moved away from the comfort zone. But this is more like it because, it's a very, very big responsibility.
It's exactly that, Madhurita. I think there was a tremendous challenge directing My Name is Khan because it was something I had never done. So it was deconstructing my own vision as a filmmaker. And this one really is one step ahead in a certain way because I think creating a career is much more difficult and challenging than maintaining one for a movie star. And I think that this one really felt more like completely like in a different zone for me. And I think I was more nervous than the first-time actors because for them, the fact that they were on set was a great achievement in itself. That they had become like at the verge of becoming a movie actor on Indian film celluloid. But I think for me, the stress level and nervousness was paramount, and it was right there through the first schedule. Till, of course, I got used to it. And then I started treating them no differently from a movie star. And I think that was really the first great thing that I think I did as a filmmaker, was start believing that the 3 of them are already movie stars. And it was integral for me to do that because that's the only way I could then position them in the way I would like them to be. And I think believing that and transferring that energy to them helped in their final portrayal as protagonists in the film.
So how much did you miss Shah Rukh and Kajol? I know Kajol is in a cameo, but
I miss Shah Rukh and Kajol all the time. I miss all the movie actors I worked with. I think Shah Rukh and Kajol and I have a deep-rooted cinema connect. And I think we've done some really special work. And I think hopefully a lot of it will be archived for posterity. Working without them was definitely a strange feeling. There was a vacant feeling, an empty feeling for sure. But I think these kids had such a terrific vibe and so much zest, energy and love just to create something that they filled in that gap very efficiently.
In fact, while talking to them, they said it's not their dream debut because they can't even dream of it. I mean, they're like, it's still not a dream. They can't imagine it's happening to them.
I think that I do believe that it's like it happened with me, Madhurita, when I was given the opportunity of directing Shah Rukh and Kajol and had Salman in a strong cameo in that film. For me, that was more than a dream in itself. So I know the feeling. But when you're given a dream that's beyond your dreams, and all you have to do is really just deliver. And you can't just be in that zone of a dream. You have to go out there and deliver because eventually everyone's just going to see the hard work and the work you've put into your performance. And all 3 of them did just that. They believed the dream and they lived it. And I think that's important to do, just like I did.
At one time, you were pretty sure that you will not work in newcomers. So what exactly brought the change about?
I know I said it somewhere also. I remember saying that, no, I'm very happy working with movie stars. But then I realized in time that you should never say never and never go out there and make statements like that because it's going to bite you eventually at some point in time. We don't do it, then who will? How do you create new talent? If we are in a position, we have the power to do it. And if we don't, then nobody else is going to. Positioning them, putting them out there, and that's not only beneficial to us as filmmakers and as a production house, but also I think to the fraternity at large, that it gives them new talent to work with. So I think at one point in time, I just thought that if I direct a film with newcomers, then I'm definitely already positioning them in a happy space.
So whatever say you won't do, you'll do. So, so do we ever see you making a dark film? Because that's one thing you said, that's one genre you can't probably relate to,
Who knows? Maybe next. Maybe I'll make one gritty action film with lots of blood and gore. I've said I won't, but then, I'm always breaking my own thought process. So you never know. Anything is possible with me.
You chose Alia amongst 500 girls. So what was the X factor that she had?
She was filmy in a way that I love. I love. She's, I think, a great combination of cute looks and complete filminess. And I think her love for Hindi films shows up in her performance at any given point of time. I think her passion to be a film actress, not necessarily, I don't think at this point of time she's thinking of being like a revered actress or like a respected, award-winning actress. I think she wants to be a movie star.
She wants to be a star.
And I love that. I love that she's honest about it. She says it to you the way it is. And she loves the costumes, the colors, the hair, the makeup, the facing the camera. Just like I saw that in Karina many, many years ago. When I actually saw her standing at a Bombay Times party. And I looked at her and I said, my God, this girl is a movie star, because she had already started behaving like one. She was standing tall, like she had already done 10 blockbusters and was about to deliver her 11th. And she actually only had 1 release. And I see not that kind of, because Karina is, I think, the last of the movie stars, like when it comes to the women. She has an aura and a persona.
Confidence to be
and
a
I
movie
see
star.
the slight germs of that in Alia. I'm sure she has her strengths and her weaknesses like everyone does. And I'm sure she'll have to get better and better with the passage of time. But for today, I think she faces the camera with a certain level of confidence that I love.
I guess that's why you said that she's your new Kareena.
Well, I don't think I can ever replace Kareena in my life. I think she's special to me and will always be. Yeah. And she's like really a member of the house now and the production house. But I definitely like the zing that Alia brings to the table.
In fact, I was just asking them how did Karan groom you all to even face the media? Because, you know, like, what do you say? What do you not say? What are the do's and don'ts? So did you like
I didn't say anything, Madhurita. All I said was be yourself. Because when you start pretending to be someone else, you'll get caught eventually. And I see a lot of young actors trying to be someone else. And I think that's not the way to be. If you are quiet, be quiet. If you're chatty, be chatty. If you're not funny, don't try to be funny.
But some little pressure because they come from filmy families like David Dhawan and, you know...
I think if you're Amitabh Bachchan's son, you have pressure. If you're Shah Rukh Khan's son, you have pressure. But when you're a filmmaker's son, then you're still fighting the same battle that anybody else is. And I feel anyone who goes out there and feels they're privileged children really doesn't know that it's not easy. You could be anyone's son in this climate and this day and age, and it's not easy to break through. Eventually, yes, you have minor access issues that are a little more in your favor. But other than that, let me tell you, it's a challenge and a hurdle for everyone.
So how involved was Shah Rukh in this film?
Well, he was emotionally involved, and I think he was a great sense of support. He had lots of acting chats with Varun and Sid. Even during My Name is Khan and after that.
And they were hoping Shah Rukh will make appearance from somewhere in the background, but that didn't happen.
Actually, they were hoping not, because then who would look at them? They were actually hoping that, and he's not in the movie, but he's been a tremendous emotional support to us in this journey.
So we'll be seeing a lot more of this kind of cinema from your production house, Karan?
Well, this is what people call candy floss, which I don't believe is candy floss, because, you know, candy floss is something you digest, eat, and it's out. And it looks good, but, you know, there is absolutely nothing that you take home with you. I've always, somehow I've been a victim of generalization. I made one film called Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, which had a bubblegum first half, and they said, oh, you make bubblegum films. Then I made one family film, they said, oh, you make family films. So I'm like, I'm really genuinely, I mean, this is a film that I love. It has all the quintessentials that I grew up on. It has song, it has dance, it has fun, energy, youth, and entertainment. And these are the pillars pretty much that make Hindi films for me. And I'm so glad I revisited a genre that I haven't done in a while. And I agree and I admit that there's nothing path-breaking in this film content. It's nothing that you may not have seen. But yet it's a film that I hope will engage you enough for you to see it again.
But the last film was fairly intense. So do you have to retune yourself for a film like this? Fairly light-hearted, romantic, all of the, you know...
I think I'm a Gemini. There's two of me at any given point of time. So if there's an intense part, then there's a mad part to me. If there's a serious part, there's also an entertaining half that I have. And I think I'm glad that my horoscope and my chart and my astrology chart gives me two sides to every coin at every given point of time.
Karan, one actor who's on the wish list of every filmmaker, producer, director, Salman Khan. Do we see you working with him?
I'm dying to work with him. I'm not just wanting to, I'm dying to. And not because he's the biggest movie star today or the fact, because I've always shared a tremendous rapport with him. My very first film he was a part of, and I will always be eternally grateful that Salman agreed to do a role that he needn't have done. There was no reason for him to have done Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. There was nothing in that film for him to have done. Yet he did it somehow, I think, in respect for my father. And I think he just felt a comfortable vibe with me. And after that, the company has never worked with him. But I can say that he has so many fans in Dharma Productions that just want him to visit the office, leave alone be a part of the film. That's, of course, a big dream. But they just keep saying, when will he come to our office? I mean, so he has a huge Dharma fan following. And I'm, of course, a big fan. And a big fan of him as a person. I think he's a great guy. And I think what he's done with his platform, being human, and how he is with his friends, his family, his loved ones, is something that I wish that all filmmakers and people would emulate.
But Kareena very sweetly said, while talking about heroine, is like, I don't know whether this film will make it because there is no Khan in it.
Well, I think if the content is your content should be Khan, and I think your story should be a Kumar, and I think your storytelling should be a Bachchan. The rest is then history.
Yash Chopra is making a comeback after a long, I won't say comeback, but directing after a long time this year.
Yeah,
are you excited about that?
I am more excited about his film than my own. I have to say, only because he's not only the father of Indian cinema, but also I think at 80, for him to have the zing and zest to be a movie maker, to be out there and make a film, to go to Ladakh, and I just found out he was the only one in great health there. Everyone else was falling apart, but Yash Chopra was like standing tall and being the filmmaker he was always meant to be. He's not just a legend. I think he's an entire film school that all of us have to salute and stand up to and obey it at any given point of time.
Karan, at one point you were like the friend of everybody in the industry, but recently you said I cannot be everyone's friend. How has that change come about?
No, I can be everyone's friend, but on my own terms. I'm still available as a friend and emotionally will always be. But now I think the terms have to be a little in my favor as well.
Why the sudden change?
Age, maturity, final sensibility. I don't know, one of the three definitely has hit me. I think with age you realize that you've given so much to everyone, it's payback.
Payback time now. Recently, the much talked about controversy was with your fallout and makeup with Priyanka Chopra.
Much ado about the fallout, much ado about the makeup. I think Priyanka and I have always had a very, very strong personal bond. We work personally and professionally very well on 2 movies. In fact, 2 of her biggest hits of her career have been with Dharma Productions. We've always had a very warm and wonderful relationship. Yes, some things she said upset me, and I reacted like I would, because I'm a sensitive man, and I think I react at the spur of the moment. I reacted. But then I realized in good time that I should be the older, the more mature man and definitely make the first step. So I invited her to my party and I said, it's really stupid. I'm 40 years old and I'm not going to play classroom politics anymore. I never have and I never should. Yes, I reacted and I stand by what I said in my reaction. But I feel I should be the older, more mature person and take the first step, and we're back again on track as individuals today.
Last question, Karan. Are you nervous, excited, stressed? What is it like?
I'm all the three.
Little more this time than the others?
I'm more excited than nervous because I think I'm kind of emulating the emotion of the film, which is a lot of excitement. But I know the day before the release, there will be nerves that will kick in.
Great, Karan. God bless. Fingers crossed, and really hope this works for you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.